history, I saw that the same sort of rise and fall of empires and the destruction of trees to build ships and cathedrals and the revolutions which resulted in bloodshed and replacement of governments. And I thought we needed a whole new operating system for humans and, of course, planet Earth, because that is our vehicle. And so I created this, instead of using the linear concepts, which just keep revolving, and up and down and up and down and up and down, we make a quantum leap. We go into this area of space, where space and time are still, and the present and the future exist. And this is called the 0 point or the still point. And using that and learning to be in that space a little bit more each day, we gain knowledge from the future and also balancing from the light, the higher energies, in other words.
Correct. When we say that, taking a quantum leap, what do you really want to bring a change? What sort of changes are you, having in your mind, or have you, really thought about, to bring change? Like I was reading a few notes about the how to save the coral reef. Then, there are some connected with the health issues, that can really bring change. Are you somewhere feeling that we have not taken the right advantage of the technologies that are really available, and we are still more into profit making and profit sharing kind of a environment where we are not coming up in full potential to overcome all these things which are becoming the part of everyday discussion in every talk show or in every news media. What is your opinion about it?
Well, right now, according to everything I know and see and I read, we are at a very, very position of change and we are approaching one of the greatest moments in history in the not too distant future. And there is a lot of cleaning up going on right now in the world, and it's happening in different ways. It's happening in the ways that Spirit wants it to happen, if I can put it that way, rather than the ways that humans want it to happen. So it's kind of ironic that people asked for change and now they're getting it, but a large number of people actually are afraid of change, and they need to embrace that fear and learn to be happy to step into the future, because you have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Correct. When you say, sir, working with the quantum field, what do you really want to say in that aspect? Like from a common man's point of view, we have heard of this term quantum, but how would you really explain to a commoner that what it is all about and what is expected to change once we step into that quantum field?
Well, one of the simple examples I give is a reel-to-reel tape deck. You remember the movie film. If you want to go to a certain place, you have a timeline. A certain song, or if it's a movie, you go to a certain scene. Now, with the CD disc, it uses a laser and goes instantly to the place where you want to retrieve the information.
Absolutely.
And this is a difference in one good example. And quantum, this quantum field is the 0 point where it just is something. One of the major things that's required is we are all taught never to believe anything we cannot prove to be true. And if we think about a little switch perhaps in our mind, and we flick the switch so we do not disbelieve anything we can't prove to be untrue, our lives will change and miracles will become commonplace.
Correct. So that means what you mean to say is that if the entire world has a perspective of, really solving up the issue by becoming more, positive oriented and, looking into the scientific evidence of that positivity, we can really bring out all those changes which the human race and planet Earth is facing.
Yes, yes. And I think that the people that are listening to this kind of show are all change makers. They're what has been called the cultural creatives. And these kind of individuals don't always form groups, or they're not members of groups, but they work each in their own way to try to make the world a better place. They may pray or meditate or focus energy. And when folks can do that on a common basis, we can charge up the whole field of the earth and the light so that we begin to jump up, do these little quantum leaps up into the higher energies.
Correct. Dr. Maynard, the thing that is coming to my mind is that even though the human has that potential of, achieving all the objectives that, you have highlighted within your book, what are the obstacles? Why is it so that, despite having this power within us that, we can bring a change by, thinking more inward, but we are so much absorbed into the external side of our lives that somewhere we are forgetting about our own strengths. Why do you think that, we are not able to reach our potential as humans, in solving these issues, which are, bringing issues to the world in the form of, be it, eco problems, or be it, related to, health issues, food issues, water issues. There are so many energy issues which you have highlighted within your book. What is your take about it?
Well, it's very important, first of all, not to get caught up in the drama of the politics of one's country, or the drama that the news people, can create, media people. So, because this is how they make their money and this is how they get people to look at them. So what we all need to do is focus and make some little changes, and we do something nice for everyone each day. We try to make the world, a place, a little cleaner than we left it when we leave it. And we try to create win-win situations when we make an exchange or partnership or friendship or whatever in terms of energy. And then in this quantum thinking realm, you can boost that up to win to the X power. In other words, that's exponential. And with the global internet and the electronic communications, we now have the ability to cause things to go so-called viral or fractal.
Correct. When you must have, planned this book to be, readily available into the market, you must have also thought about, a certain market which you really want to touch. Is it those people who are the change maker, like the scientists and research oriented people, that this book should, become like an eye opener, or have you aimed it for more like, commoners, to really understand the potential within us, and also, the suggestions that you have suggested within the book, how to solve all these issues, which are like our everyday issues. Have you aimed the book towards the commoner side, or have you aimed the book towards more, those who are how to say, the people who really can bring a change?
Well, actually, the wonderful thing about it is the intuitive senses were only more or less abandoned, with the Industrial Revolution and the invention of movable type. So before that time, it was a survival mechanism to be able to, say, hunt your prey so that